Um, listen, I was showing video proof. I was gonna show video proof. I recorded this video like 3 times already. I was gonna show video proof and shit, but I'm not gonna convince you. If you believe me, you believe me. Okay? If you believe me, you believe me. Um, because I think I see this fight clearly. Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. I'm on Devin Haney. It says TKO round 10, and I'll explain why. Devin Haney's 27. Devin Haney's 27. Let's think about how Devin Haney was brought up, okay? And his career and what's at stake, because I think that's important, right? Vasily Lomachenko, just to name a few of the wins. Vasily Lomachenko, a great win. I understand Haney was 160 or like around 160, was considered a weight bully at 135. But we're talking about Vasily Lomachenko, who is just at the elite level, um, and arguably won that fight. Very technical in Vasily Lomachenko, very fast, even though he is the smaller fighter. Um, Very fast footwork, very great footwork, just great ring control, just amazing things about Vasily Lomachenko. And Haney was able to sit there in the pocket and go to the body, which is something that I liked. That's something that I do like about Haney. He consistently shows that. Cambosis Jr. twice. Regis Prograis, who I don't think is that good, but performed very well. Did what is expected out of Devin Haney for Regis Prograis. Um, like didn't underperform at all. Ryan Garcia, obviously, very bad win. Everyone saw that in the world. I was on Ryan Garcia this fight. Ryan Garcia. Um, just because I knew Devin Haney isn't good with pressure. Um, and I also thought he was overlooking Ryan because of I'm not even joking. I betted Ryan Garcia like minutes before the fight happened. They interviewed Ryan Garcia and he looked normal to me. Like everyone thought he was manic and shit, and then I saw him get interviewed before the fight, and I'm like, he's normal as fuck. So I put a bet in, but in the back of my mind, I did know Haney is bad with pressure. And that's why I think he was gonna lose to Javante if that fight was to ever happen. That's why I think he'll probably lose to Shakur at 140 or 147. But that's not the point. Um, I understand why he lost this fight to Ryan Garcia is what I'm saying. Jose Ramirez, yeah, it was a bad performance. Looked tentative after the knockout. Um, was on the bike. The normal shit you hear. But this time it's against Brian Norman Jr., right? Not Jose Ramirez. And everything's at stake for Devin. Excuse me. Everything's at stake for Devin, right? Two bad performances considered bad performances. Well, not even considered. It is bad performances. Two bad performances back to back, and now you're going against Brian Norman for the belt. But honestly, Brian Norman isn't that good. He's good, but he isn't on the level of Devin Haney technical wise. And I know this is gonna be a boxing match. This is not gonna be a brawl in the middle of the ring. That's something that the last three opponents, um, that Brian has knocked out: Giovanni, Derek, Jin, Sasaki, the amazing Jin Sasaki, right? Because he's a Japan fighter, so amazing. Um, Amazing left hook though in round 4. But last 3 fights, they all fought in the center of the ring. Every single one of them, they were down to exchange, down to get dangerous early, and it ended in KOs, and great KOs, great performances. But then I saw Janelson Bokochika, I think that's how you pronounce it. There's no contest where Janelson gets like I think it was like a headbutt cut very early on. It was like in the first or second round, and the fight had to be stopped by a doctor. Not because he was getting beat or I'm gonna be honest. In the 3 rounds, Brian Norman was getting hit. Okay, um, and it didn't look good. I don't want to beat around the bush because I know people think highly of Brian Norman, and I don't want to bash him, but he is not that good. I feel like I know 28 and 0, 24 years old, champion at 147, knockout power. But like, how many times do we hear that in boxing? You know, and then you look at that's what I'm thinking to myself after watching this fight, after watching the no contest fight. Then I go to the Quinton Randall fight, and I'm seeing, oh, it's a lengthier fighter, definitely lengthier fighter, but they're at a boxing pace, and it's a unanimous decision. But Randall's getting his shots off as well, and he has a Philly shell that Brian Norman can't find the knockout on. Do we really think Devin Haney is gonna go to a decision and lose to Brian Norman Jr., the great boxer? Then I go to Jesus Antonio Perez, who was fucking in the pocket with him. He low key got robbed. Look at Jesus Antonio Perez. Look at his face when unanimous decision is called for Brian Norman Jr. I didn't even go to this Rodrigo Correa fight. Y'all know boxing is corrupt. I'm just saying. So some of these fights may seem unanimous or closer than it seems, but then when you watch the fight, it really gives you a different perspective. Don't think because you see like a bunch of wins in a row is a good thing. Almost everyone in boxing is undefeated with a bunch of KOs. You have to really look at skill. And Brian Norman doesn't show me the footwork, doesn't show me the cutting off the ring, the pressure, the interesting combos. He does think when he's in the ring, but he doesn't show me anything out of this world. To me, he doesn't show me anything out of this world. It's something that's like, besides power, he doesn't show me anything that's like, damn, Devin Haney could like get fucked up by that. Like like he could use that advantage for Devin Haney besides his power. There's nothing else in his game, I feel like. You just have to watch it, and you have to imagine Devin Haney fighting and how he's gonna fight this fight. He's not gonna fight this fight retarded. He's not gonna sit in the pocket with Brian Norman Jr., who has great power. And we even seen him on the bike in the Jose Ramirez fight. That's what I'm saying. That people know he's not gonna be on the bike like crazy, but he's gonna move. He's gonna show angles, pivots, something that Brian Norman just hasn't seen in his last 5 wins, not to the highest level. Brian Norman has the skill set that Devin Haney has seen already, if not better, in wins with, even in a fight with like Vasily Lomachenko, and like how I said, the way he was brought up in TMT and sparring Tank. Just everything about him in 27 years and experience, I feel like he's gonna use tonight, or not tonight. I'm fried. November 22nd, he's gonna use on Brian Norman Jr. And Brian Norman Jr. is just not gonna have that much experience in doing that. I know he has 28 fights, so it sounds crazy, but this is his biggest fight yet. Devin Haney, again, win against Vasily Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia. Like, these are big. He's already had big-ass fights. Yeah. I'm on Devin Haney. The dream. Can you give me one more day? Devin Haney, can you give me one more day? Because after this, we are fading you. Oh, my. Dude, imagine Devin Haney. Well, no, not even imagine. When he wins this shit, we're never going to see Devin Haney at minus 130 ever again. Think about this. Minus 130, you can buy your family a crib. Minus 130, bro. Devin Haney, come on. Think about what he brings to the table. Think about what he brings to the table. I'm fried and yapping, but think about what he brings to the table. I'm I'm let's go. I'm on Devin Haney, bro. I'm on Devin Haney. The dream. The dream. Inshallah.